Yo, what up, y'all? I mean, really, what's good, y'all, on this beautiful, lovely Tuesday God has blessed us with? It's definitely a great day to be alive, a great day to be here, a great day, to just be alive and kicking and doing y'all thing, whatever you doing. I mean, here we are, y'all. Video, excuse me, man. Here we are, y'all. Video 81. And we're still going strong right in through 2020. Just like I said, y'all, going right on out into 2021. We ain't stopping here. We're going to keep it going. We're going to keep it moving. We're going to keep it alive and kicking. We're going to do what it do. Keep things happening. I mean, you know who it is here with your boy Bonez. You know what we do. You know what we about. You know how we get down. We're here to continue to support that success and victory, and keep it moving. We here to help one another out with the family, We here to help one another out with the friends and the subscribers, the supporters, and everybody like that, and just, keep it moving and do our thing. Speaking of that, though, I want to say we just recently had a few more new subscribers come on into the channel, and I want to tell them, I want to say thank you. Thanks for that, y'all. Thanks for the love. Thanks for the support. Thanks for being a new subscriber, coming on into the channel, joining the family, joining us over here to see what's going on, what's going down, what we got happening. Appreciate it. Always appreciate the love and support when you get it. Because the thing is, you may not have as much love and support as others have, but as long as you got love and support, that's all that matters. It doesn't matter about what the number is. Like somebody told me one time, no matter what you're doing, you can have just one fan, or maybe even 5, and that's it. That just really love and support you. I'll probably go around all over the place, and that's really all you need. Because that love and support is going to keep you going in a positive direction. It's going to keep you motivated, and it's going to bring more along the way. It's going to bring more on, But of course, as I said before, and I can say it again, you still always going to get the haters, I still do, but they not as bad, because you don't respond to the haters, you don't say much to the haters, you let them go and let them keep doing their thing, They just like everybody else, they just showing love and support when they're a hater. That's all they doing, because they're sitting back, because anybody knows as well as I do, 90% of the time, they just sitting back running their mouth and hating, and the only reason they're doing it is because they can't be doing what you're doing, they want to be doing what you're doing, they want to be doing something like what you're doing, or whatever the case might be, like a lady friend of mine said earlier, she was speaking on something like that. She got a bunch of kayaks, and she got a little overabundance on them, like maybe 12, 15 of them bad boys, something like that. I don't know for sure, but she got quite a few, and she trying to downsize and get rid of a few and make a little money, help herself out, help some other people out, whatever she doing, and keep her level of success and victory going with things that she do, but she had to get a few of them and get them put up, She didn't want nobody messing with anything or stealing her stuff while she not around. I don't blame her, but like she told me, somebody came along was asking her, man, you got all these kayaks, and what for? Or why you selling something? Why you doing this? And why you doing that? And she's like, all they doing is they just freaking hating. She's like, maybe they ain't got a kayak, maybe they can't afford one, maybe they can't get out and do their thing, so they just hating because of what she got going on. Which, that may be the case, but you can't always worry about them haters, y'all. You just gotta keep it moving and do you and do your thing. But, also I want to say, going from 2020 into 2021, we got to continue to keep going hard, keep going strong, and keep doing your thing. Don't fall off that path. Don't fall off that track. Continue to stay on that path and track and road to success and victory. It's not easy, y'all. No matter what you are doing, no matter what you want to do, it's not easy. But if it's something you really love and you're passionate about it, by God, you're going to stay on that track. You're going to stay on that road, And you're going to continue to move forward to reach your goals and do things you want to do. Y'all see how your boy right here been doing it, smashing them goals and keeping it moving. I mean, it is what it is, you know. But because I was gonna say, you look at it like this: somebody like Eminem. For instance, look at where he's at now. Anybody who listens to Eminem, anybody who follows Eminem knows what I'm talking about. He's definitely on a level of his own, and a level of greatness, and definitely on the level of being one of the GOATs, and definitely, reached some levels of success and victory. But the thing is, the success and victory really never ends. Because even though you get higher and higher into it, you can still set new and more goals for yourself that you want to reach and accomplish and get done, But always make sure that you help one another out and you give them back and help those that help you. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, though, anybody knows as well as I do, it wasn't easy for Eminem, but he didn't give up. Look how he started out, just doing freestyle battles and stuff like that and whatever, and then got himself built up to where he wanted to be and got going to where he's on a certain level of success and victory. And I'll tell you another one right quick. If y'all haven't heard of this guy, you need to go to YouTube and check him out. He goes by the name of Blind Fury. Blind Fury, y'all. That man is freaking awesome. And I've seen some video footage and different things about it from back in the day, where he was killing it in the freestyle game. He was just taking people out left and right and got himself built up to where he wanted to be, where he's on a level. Excuse me, y'all. Be he on a level of success and victory and doing his own thing, Because, I've lately touched up on this before, about how people, they start out, they in them lower levels of success and victory, and they give up too easy because they say, oh, it's too hard. I can't finish where I'm at from the beginning levels to get up there to where I want to be, because it's so easy to get discouraged because you see other people that are up here, so to speak, because they have reached a level of success and victory of where they want to be, but still slightly climbing a little bit. But they kind of leveled off a little bit because they accomplished a lot of goals they wanted to accomplish and smashed a lot of things and got it done, because you got to kind of make a list for yourself. I mean, you don't necessarily have to sit down, write it all down and plan it all out like that. You can just have it in your head of how you want to get things done, of where you want to be, and just how you want to get things done, how you want to do it, because not everybody does it the same way. Like for instance, Eminem with the music. Somebody else coming into the game and jumping in and want to build their way up, They may not start out by doing, a bunch of freestyle rap battles and stuff like that, They may do it a little differently, just putting music out there and getting themselves built up. I mean, you look at Post Malone, where he's at with a level of success and victory. He wasn't doing a lot of freestyle rap battles in the beginning to get up to where he wanted to be. Now where he at, yeah. He might kick a little something with some people and do a few little freestyle rap battles or whatever. You never know. I mean, then again, he may not. It all depends. But the thing is, too, I also want to say, and I've said it before, when you reach a certain level, you don't want to get too cocky. Now, I know I've said before, it ain't really too good to get cocky at all. And really, I don't think it is. But once in a while, sometimes you hit a mood where you just feel the need to show out just a little bit, and maybe you get slightly cocky by like 4 or 5%, fine, so be it. It's going to happen, because you get up there and you reach a certain level of the spotlight, like your boy here, Now, I'm not going to say I'm in the spotlight as somebody like Eminem, Post Malone, or Michael Jordan, or other people out there, but I'm in a certain low level of that spotlight because of the image I built up for myself and how I perceived myself and how I done things and how I do things, But I don't expect anybody to do it the way I did, you know what I'm saying? Because everybody's going to do it differently. Everybody has their own way of doing things. And I feel like that's what it's all about. You got to do it in your own way. You got to do your own thing, do it the way you see fit and how you feel it needs to be done, and just get it done. And stay on top of them goals and smash them and keep reaching them and keep climbing that ladder of success to get higher and get more to where you want to be. Because you talk about haters a little bit, y'all. I'll tell you something. Out here where I'm at now, which I really don't talk about that much, and really not going to, but that's besides the point. But the thing is, I remember it's just like 3 weeks ago, something like that, 2, 3 weeks ago, whatever. I was out at a bar, a little place I'd be hanging out at on, Friday nights a little bit and stuff. And I was out there, excuse me, y'all. I was out there doing me a little karaoke session, because I actually put on a decent karaoke session. But of course, with a lot of people that be singing, your boy here, I'm going to get a little more into the rap side of things. That's how I do. But I've got certain songs that when I do them, they fit perfect with me and my style, my profile, and how I perceive myself and how I do things to where I can change it just a little bit, put my name in there instead of certain lyrics that it says and change it up a little bit to make it, suit my style of what I got going on. But I remember that night, I just barely seen it because I was in the moment. I was feeling good, I was having a good night. I was really in the mood to just do what I wanted to do and get it done, because a lot of times it's all about being in the mood as well, y'all. You got to be in the mood to be doing what you want to do. You got to love doing what you're doing. I mean, now I'm not saying you got to love it 24/7, but of course, there's not really times that you're going to hate it, but there's going to be times that you're not feeling it as well as other times, because it's just like anything else. Whether you're working an everyday job or you're really getting on a higher level of success and victory. But even working an everyday job can be success and victory, because you're working hard, you're taking care of your family, you're getting your money saved up, and you're doing your thing. That's a level of success and victory right there. Because I remember a while back, one of my earlier videos, there was a guy that came along and commented on one of these videos here, because he been following a long time, like since the beginning. And I remember he said something about how he felt like his wife and his family and everything he got going on was his success and victory. And I support that. I support stuff like that, I really do, because that is success and victory in itself right there. Maybe you got some kids, you got a nice home, your wife and everything, or husband or whatever you're doing, and you're just doing your thing. But anyway, get back to what I was talking about right quick. I was up on stage. It was my turn to get up there, They called me out. Hey, we need Bonez up here to the stage. What that man Bonez had about to do his thing. All right. I get up there to do my thing, and this dude come down, and he down low, he right by the stage, y'all, and I just heard it, but I could barely hear what he said, but I caught a glimpse of it, and he was like, he's madder than hell, y'all, just going off and hating about the way I was doing things, and how I was changing up a classic song just to suit my style, my profile, my persona, or whatever, just a little bit of how I perceive things to put it out there, and he was hating. Like mad style, y'all, just running his mouth. Oh, you can't be messing up a classic song like that, you can't be changing the lyrics, doing this and doing that. You gotta sing it the way it was meant to be, and this and that. And it's like, man, I'm doing my thing. Get off me. While you over here hating because you didn't come up with the idea, and you ain't doing it, or can't be doing it the way I'm doing it. And, I heard about it from some people was out there that night. Some lady friends of mine, some guy friends, My sister was out that night a little bit, and people was telling me about it, how the DJ came along, the karaoke DJ that was there that night, and he broke it up. He told that guy, hey man, you gotta turn around, you gotta get out of here, You gotta back away from the stage, You crowding out the stage, you over here hassling my mans, and you got to go. And I want to say also, it's nice to know that when you go to certain places, or anywhere you go in the U.S. or any country you go to, you always got to build up that certain level of respect with everybody. Because there's always been an old saying that my mother used to preach to me for years. That was kind of irritating when I heard it when I was younger, until I got a little older, and I understand more so now what it means. They say you catch more bees with honey than you do vinegar. You catch more bees with honey than you do vinegar. Let that sink in. If you've never heard it before, maybe you have heard it, but you don't understand the terminology behind that, let it sink in and think about it and make it work for you. That could be a whole nother video in itself, to sit down and just take something like that and break it down and go in depth with the detail of all about that. But anyway, right quick, I remember I just barely caught it out, a glimpse of my eye. That dude turned around and stepped back away from the stage about 10, 15 feet or so, whatever, and turned around, and then he had his phone in his hand like this, and he just holding it up like he was taking a picture or getting a video of it or something, you know? And so be it. It is what it is. He turned around, and then he kept it moving after I was done. I didn't hear nothing from the guy the rest of the night. He didn't bother me. I didn't know who he was. I didn't go looking for him. I didn't say nothing because I feel like when you reach a certain level of success and victory like that and you start getting them haters coming along, it's not like you got to go looking for the trouble or asking for it. Because that's where a lot of people make the mistake of getting caught up and stuff like that. Because a lot of times you hear and see about how something so simple like that gets someone caught up. And then you wind up getting in a fight with someone, you get in a scuffle, next thing you know, you and that person got beef, whatever, and you beefing it out, y'all doing your thing. Man, squash all that and keep it moving. You ain't got to worry about all that and get into the beef of it. No. I mean, it ain't worth it, number one. Number two, a lot of times people like that want you to say something so you can get caught up in a situation, and then maybe they got a reason to call the law. Maybe they got a reason to say something to the management of the business and get you kicked out. You know, but a lot of times I've been in situations like that before where the management of the business winds up kicking the other person out instead of me, and let's bygones be bygones and keep it moving, because I had that level of respect built up, y'all, because of catching more bees with honey than I did vinegar, and just had it built up like that, you know. But I can also say, you know, not that I'm bragging or trying to gloat a little bit, you know, or, you know, get kind of cocky here, but I've always been on a certain level with that success and victory, you know, because I'll tell y'all, I don't know too many people who can say when they was like at the age of 16, 17 years old, who could go out and successfully run a yard sale. Now, mind you, that may sound cheesy and funny and so simple to some people, but really it's not. But anyway, I don't know too many people can go out at that age, about 16, 17 years old, and not have a single price tag on anything, mind you. Not a single price tag on any item, and successfully run that yard sale, and within a day's time, make about 3.5 to 4 bills. Literally, in a day's time, I made about 3.5 to 4 bills sitting out there running a successful yard sale. You would have been surprised the number of people I had come along that when they check out a yard sale like that was telling me they loved the way I had it set up, they loved the way I perceived myself, the way I had things decorated, the way I had things looking so fancy, because it's not always all about just making something and doing something, but it's also about how you present yourself, how you sell yourself, how you put yourself out there, how you dress, how you look, your swagger. That is definitely something that can be thrown around so much and really talked about even more so. Your swagger. You definitely, as a male or female, got to be dressed right, got to be looking right, and got to have your swagger right. Now, I'm not saying you got to go out there and you got to feel like you putting on a costume or something and you dressing the part. It don't have to be like that. Just like me being into music a little bit. That doesn't mean I got to go out there and say, hey, I got to look like everybody else. I got to look like a rapper. I got to have some of the baggiest of baggy jeans on. Some of the biggest of big shirts on where it looks like I'm wearing a dress or a skirt or something. Not to be making fun of anybody, but I'm just saying, you know. And I got to have the biggest bling bling on with a chain where I've got a charm this big hanging down from my neck where it feels like it's weighing my neck down. Because I've heard people talk about that before, y'all, where they say they go out and get a nice big heavy chain with a real big charm on there, and they say it's too heavy when they're wearing it. They feel like it's weighing their neck down. Well, what's the point in going out and spending all that money on a big chain like that, thousands of dollars, and you just weighing your neck down and it hurts all the time? Just like people that go out and say, hey, I'm going to get a gold grill, or I'm going to get a silver grill, or a platinum grill, and put it in your mouth. And they're going around wearing that stuff like, just to show out, you know. Hey, fine, so be it if that's what somebody wants to do. I'm not going to hate. If that's what somebody likes, or that's what somebody wants to own and do, so be it. I'm not here to hate, you know. There may be something I don't like about someone. There may be some music I don't like about someone. There may be a paint job somebody puts out on their vehicle. I'm not crazy about it, or I'm not feeling, or whatever somebody's doing. But it doesn't mean I'm going to hate. If they got a little bit of talent, or they doing good for themselves, so be it, do you. I'm not going to hate on nobody. Because I feel like karma's going to come back and get you. Because then you're going to have a bunch of people hating on you because you was hating on someone. And you know, like they say, one good deed deserves another. I feel like you do good for others, others are going to do good for you. And when you're starting to reach a level of, excuse me for a second, y'all. You're starting to reach a level of success and victory, you know, where you're getting to be, and you got all these supporters following you, all these fans following you, and all this support backing you up. Like I said, that's when you reach back, you take one like this by the hand, and you pull them up, and you help somebody out the same way they helping you out. I mean, I can say and do so much to help y'all out, y'all, because the thing is, I want to say, I'm not like everybody else out there who does motivational videos, but then wants to sit back and say, hey, I need about $100 for you to buy my book. Or I need about $50 for you to buy my brochure. Or I need about $150, $200 for you to sign up for my course. And I'm going to take you through something so that way you learn as I'm learning, or you learn from what I've been through to let me show you something. It ain't like that. Because like I've said before, and I can say it again, it ain't always all about making the big bucks. Sometimes it just makes you feel good to help one another out. It just makes you feel good to be doing what you're doing and keeping it moving. You know? I mean, I do a lot of things to help people out sometimes. And, you know, get things done and keep it going and keep it moving. You know? And I ain't worried about it. You know? But I mean, of course, it ain't always all about going out. Like I've said before, it ain't always all about going out and spending a high dollar. It ain't always all about going out and blowing money. But there's nothing wrong with it. If you got a little something, you want to help somebody out, help them out. So be it. Help somebody out, do your thing, do your part, and then keep it moving. You feel like you done your good deed for the day, do your good deed for the day. So be it. Ain't nobody hating on that, you know. And you got anybody hating on it, so be it. You ain't got to say nothing back to them. I know sometimes it's hard not to say something back. I get it, y'all. It really is when you get the haters, you know, because I think I've spoke on this a little bit before. I know I have, but maybe not really gone big deep into depth with it, you know. But I've seen it before online, where I've had haters that be like, hey, you know, you want a midlife crisis. So be it. Say what you want. I've been writing and rhyming since about the 4th grade, y'all. So I mean, what's up? Anybody want to come along and say that I got a midlife crisis and you want to take a shot at me? Let's go, bro. Let's go. You know, I'm not trying to get too cocky or get too wild with it, but I'm just saying, let's go, y'all. Because I'm ready for it, you know. As I've said before a little bit, y'all. I think I talked about this, I don't remember. But I can bring it up again, where I remember one time I was in a barber shop. And I'm getting my hair done. You know, I found a nice barbershop I like going to. Them boys pretty cool up in there. I ain't got nothing against them. They ain't got nothing with me. We cool. Ain't no beef and whatever. You know, we just haircut thing. You know, but I feel like dudes, you know, and guys, us fellas, you know, y'all can relate to this. We be the same way as women. Women go out, they got their favorite hair salon they like going to. We go out, we got our favorite barbershop we like going to. We know them boys in there, we can chat with them, we cool with them, they cool with us, whatever, you know. We chop it up a little bit, we getting our hair done, and we keep it moving. You might ask them, hey, what you fellas think about that game last night? You know, or, hey, I see y'all got your new motorcycle out there today, you know, or you got your new whip, you know, or maybe you talking about the new whip you got, you know, or whatever the case might be. Just simple conversation, and then you keep it moving. You know, it ain't got to be nothing weird about it or anything like that. You know, you just doing you and keeping it moving. But anyway, I remember I was at the barbershop one day, like I was saying, getting a fresh cut, got the cut done, you know, and then next thing you know, after I get done, sitting in the barber chair for a minute, me and some of the boys got to chatting it up and talking, and I remember one of the main guys that owns the barber shop and been really doing his thing for a minute, and he really been successful with it and on a level of his own. doing things and really got himself built up. And I compliment that young man. I really do. But anyway, I remember he asked me about doing a freestyle session right there in the barbershop, y'all. And he said, I'm going to throw some beats on. So, all right, I know a guy. Go over here to YouTube, look this guy up, find some of his beats, check it out, and let's go, bro. Let's do this. All right, so we sitting there, and we just freestyling, you know? I think they just wanted to see what I had. Now, to be honest with you, I'm not much of a person to be a freestyler to go off the top. I really got to be in the mood for that shit, y'all, to just go off the top of the dome and just let it blow and just put one out. But I've done some amazing freestyles that way before. I ain't gonna lie. It's been a minute, but I've done some. But the thing is, we're sitting there just doing random freestyles. I might spit a little verse. Somebody come in behind me, spit a little something, you know. I come in behind them, spit a little something. This dude spit a little something, whatever. There's about 3 or 4 of us. And then next thing you know, they wanted to do a freestyle battle. An actual freestyle battle, freestyling. I'm like, all right, let's do this. I remember being this one old boy, we going back and forth, and we getting here with each other. And I want to say it was more or less kind of like a tie. I'm not going to say I won. I'm not going to say he won. But I'll tell you one thing, I tip my hat to that dude, definitely, because he was running a good low freestyle. He gave me a run for the money. He gave me a good freestyle. I gave him a good freestyle, and we just went back and forth. It is what it is, you know? But anyway, I wanted to say right quick, you talk about the midlife crisis, you know, like I was talking about. A hater came along, said I was on a midlife crisis. So be it. Let them say what they want. I didn't even respond to that because I get so many haters all over the internet with different parts of social media that I don't even see it all the time or know where it's at. I just randomly come across it. Maybe somebody sees something and tells me about it. Or I just randomly happen to notice something because I got so many different devices I'm using, different things I'm doing and moving around, y'all, just doing my thing. But anyway, like I said earlier, you know, since about 3rd, 4th grade, something like that, I've been writing and rhyming and doing my thing. Now, I'm not going to say back in the day that I was rapping and rhyming real big like I do now, you know, but I was doing some things. But of course, you know, I want to say you take a look at somebody like Snoop Dogg for a minute. You know, he been rapping and rhyming and doing his thing for a minute. But the thing is, I remember seeing an interview video with him about it where he talked about when he was younger back in the 80s, like mid to late 80s and on up into the early 90s before he really started branching out and doing his own thing. He done something that most people do. He took other songs and started memorizing them, which is something I did when I was younger, when I first started rapping and rhyming. I could take other songs and memorize them. Now, I couldn't do all of them. There were certain ones I couldn't get it down, but there was a few simple, different little songs I could memorize and get it down. And I remember when I would go through school, I would get people to ask me, you know, hey, let's hear some rapping, man. Come on. I remember one time I was on a bus. Now, this was a bus going to a track meet. Yeah, your boy used to run a little track back in the day. I'm not going to say I was real good at it. I was one of the best runners or whatever for what I did, you know. But I gave it hell. And that's all that matters. I feel like as long as you giving something 110%, that's all that matters. But anyway, you know, I remember we on this bus one time. We heading out to a track meet. And a lot of people, you know, was asking me on that bus going to that track, hey, come on, man, let's hear some rapping. Let's hear it. All right. I bust one out right quick. And then I remember back in school, you know, one time, I'm sitting over at this lunch table, and I remember, again, some dudes came along, they sat down over at my table, was like, hey, man, let's hear some rapping. They got done, they left, went back over to their table, wherever they was at or whatever, and they sat down. There was like a grade or two above me, and I remember they had some girls they must have been talking to or whatever, because next thing you know, here come about 10, 12 girls or whatever. It was quite a few. Maybe could have been 7 or 8, I don't remember for sure, somewhere around there, in that neighborhood number, and they came over, and they sat down at the table and said, hey, we heard you was a rapper, we heard you was rapping, we want to hear some rapping. Can you do it for us? And of course, you know, it being my first time rapping for a crowd in the public like that, I wasn't real comfortable with it, but I still did it. Because a lot of times, no matter what you do in your first time, being in a little bit of the spotlight like that, you're going to be a little nervous. It's cool. but you still do your thing, you still keep it moving, and you still make it happen, because you always got to be willing to give the public, the fans, and the people what they want. You know, it's a little crazy sometimes, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. It get a little crazy, but you gotta do it. You gotta keep it moving. But I've been thinking about it here lately, y'all. It's getting about time. I need to get another song out there. I know y'all probably heard my last song that came out summertime, and then I did one called My Way, and then not long before those, I had one called Back It Up, you know? And, you know, it's been about 3 months or so since I did a song or an album. You know, I've been working on some stuff, just writing things down and planning it out. I just ain't totally finished anything yet, because I be jumping around from one project to the next, a lot moving around, until finally, sooner or later, I get a project finished. But anyway, you know what I mean? It is what it is, but I get things done, you know, but whew, it's just a lot sometimes, y'all, when you get in a lower section of the spotlight until you get yourself built. You know, you get yourself built up a little more to where you're in a bigger part of the spotlight, and I can only imagine what that's going to be like. But as long as y'all stick with your boy here, you know, we on video 81 right here, still going hard and strong right through 2021, or right through 2020 into 2021, I meant to say. We're going to keep it going, y'all. You got to stick with your boy, you know. Support the family here on the channel. Support your boy. And let's keep it moving. And I recently been working on some things and some new ideas, you know, because I've been talking about it for a while now and throwing around the idea about getting some merchandise out there, you know, but I've been trying to get connected and hooked up with the right people and get things done the right way, the way I want it, you know, because I'm kind of picky when it comes to doing things. I like things done a certain way. I like things to be a certain way. I expect things to be a certain way, because I expect a certain level of quality. I expect a certain level of work out of people, especially when you in a business doing what you doing. You gonna put out some good quality work for me, or we ain't gonna do business. Whether I'm getting hats made, I'm getting shirts made, whatever the case might be, you know. But I also want to say, you know, of course there've been a lot of haters out there, you know. I've had them in person, I've had them online, where they want to come at me and say, you know, they be like, oh, you ain't got nothing. I've heard before, oh, you just a broke rapper, you know. You ain't doing this. You ain't doing that, you know. And then sometimes, you know, of course, like I've always said, it really ain't right to respond to a hater or say something. But I understand that sometimes it gets a little irritating and it gets a little annoying, because the haters keep going and they just won't shut up or stop. It happens, y'all, you know. But don't let it get you to the point to where you get too irritated to where you pissed, like some people. And then you feel like you got to just start going at them. You feel like you got to start taking people out, you know. You got to go up on that Goliath. You got to, you got to go up on that block with a piece and just start doing whatever, you know. Or maybe you feel like you got to go fisticuff and get into fights with some people. It ain't got to be like that, y'all. Don't let it get you like that. I don't let it get me like that. I've told some haters before, you can keep hating, you can keep saying what you want, keep doing what you want, but you're never gonna find that route or that right spot that gets into my deepmost inner side, that pushes that right button, that just really pushes me off and pushes me over the edge, because it's not gonna happen. Haters gonna keep running their mouth. What they expect me to do? Give in to them? Stop making music because that's what they want, so that way they got a chance to get into the spotlight, you know, because they feel like they can't get past a great, they can't get around a great to do what they doing because I'm out doing them. I get younger people like that hate all the time because they feel like they're better than me, or they doing better than me, you know, and even people around my age that try to do it, you know, that feel like they outdoing somebody because they want to brag about how much money they got or what they're doing. I've had people come along that feel like, hey, they got to say something and they want to brag about being in the double digits because they say, you know, they're the tens or 20s and 30s or thousands of dollars or whatever, and brag about it. Hey, that's cool. I'm not going to hate on that because somebody at that level, no matter who it is, a guy, a girl, no matter how old you are. But the thing is, I done been at that level, y'all. But the thing is, even though I haven't been at that level, a lot of people get mad and want, you know, and they just want to hate a little bit and try to say, oh, yeah, you might have been at that level before, but you done lost it all. You don't have none of it left. Where did it all go? I mean, if I could be sitting with about 15 to 20K somewhere, whether it be in the bank, it be in a secret private stash like some people do, where maybe they put it in a safe and hide it up somewhere, or maybe you bury that money, you know? Which honestly, I'm here to tell you, really, it don't take long to get built up. A lot of people think it's got to take a lifetime to be built up like that. It really don't. If somebody like me, knowing how to be successful and get things done, can go out in a short amount of time of like 3 to 4, maybe 5 years at the most, and have about 15, 20K that easy, it's not hard, y'all. And I'm not saying you got to go out and sell drugs. I'm not saying you got to be in the streets running a side hustle, doing this and doing that. That's not what it takes. That could be a whole nother decent video in itself about something like that. You know, I could even title it Success of Getting the Bands. Success of Getting Some Bands. Because it's not hard, y'all. It's not hard. I mean, you ain't even got to go out to a casino and run slot machines or play poker, or go out there and feel like you got to play the lottery to get them bands. No, it don't work like that. I never done it. I never done it like that. I just always was a person that was successful in life ever since day one when I was born. I knew I was meant to be successful, and I was meant to be a person on a certain level of that success and victory, because I've always been that way. I've always been driven. I've always been money hungry. I've always had that thrive and determination in me. And you gotta have it, y'all. You got to have it. To get to where you wanna be, to get to where you need to be, you got to have it. And you got to keep staying on that level of loving it. But I mean, the thing is, what I was getting at right quick, with people hating and saying, hey, look, you don't have nothing now. You starting all over from scratch or whatever. You lost everything. You working your way from the bottom up again because you don't have nothing and this and that. But I mean, the thing is, what am I supposed to do? Sit back and make the haters feel better about themselves? You know what I mean? Am I supposed to sit back and say, yeah, you're right. It's a midlife crisis, or sit back and say, hey, you're right. Yeah, I'm wrong. You're right. I don't have no money. I don't have nothing for myself. I ain't on no level of success and victory, I suck. Let me give it all up. Let me take this YouTube channel and shut it down. Let me stop making music and let you haters be right. But you know what? I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to give in to the haters because I feel like that's not going to be right for y'all. That's not going to be right for me because I feel like if I do something like that, I'm not keeping it real with myself. I'm not keeping it real with my family. I'm not keeping it real with my friends. I'm not keeping it real with the YouTube subscribers, the YouTube family, the YouTube community, and everything else. I'm just not going to do it, y'all. The thing is, I will never admit that a hater is right when I know they are totally wrong and just hating because they not doing what I'm doing, they can't be doing what I'm doing, or maybe they didn't think of the idea first and decide to do it, or put themselves out there like that, or perceive themselves that way. So be it. It happens, y'all. They just need to get over it and keep it moving and stop hating. As I said way back in an early video, I remember it. I said something about, telling the haters they need to quit swinging from my vine and get off me and go do your own thing. So be it. Because I'll tell you flat out, and I think I've said this a little bit before now, yeah, I work a job just like anybody else. But I still run my YouTube channel and stay loyal with y'all, stay loyal with the family here, I still put out the music, I still produce that great quality content like I've always done, and I'm going to continue to do and keep it moving. Now, yeah, when I first started out, I was kind of new into this YouTube thing. I didn't know what to expect about it, y'all. I didn't know exactly how to go about it, how I wanted to go about it and do things, but I had a general idea. But over the years, I have progressed a little more and got a little better with things. And I got an idea for a few new videos I want to get into and do some things with a little bit of, BMX, so to speak, because I know my older videos, they were decent, but with the BMX quality, it was a little cheesy. But it worked, and it made it as a video to where it was quality, it was on a level of enough qualityness, so to speak, to reach that success and victory, to be put out there. But it's going to be better. Man, excuse me for a second, y'all. I got to do something real fast. Alright, we're getting back with y'all. I had to turn some light on to, get things going, because I know sometimes it gets a little dark and people upset, oh, we can't see, We can hear what the man's saying, but we can't really see what's going on. But anyway, I'm back with y'all for a second. But the thing is, like I was saying right quick, I feel like if I just give in to all the haters and give them what they want, if I just tell the haters, hey, you're right, I just totally make the haters feel good about themselves, make them feel like they won, make them feel like they finally got to me, yeah, they're going to be loving it. They're going to be loving it. But if you continue to just keep doing your thing and keep shining bright like the star you are and keep it moving and show them that they ain't getting to you, they're not bothering you, and they're never going to get to you, they're never going to bother you, so be it. Then what happens right there? You win. Because karma comes back to bite them in the butt end and smack them in the face, and I feel like they get a little bit of reality check off of that. Because like I said, I'm not going to give in. I'm not going to say, hey, yeah, you right. It was a midlife crisis. Or, hey, yeah, you right. I'm broke. I don't have nothing. I ain't doing nothing for myself. I ain't being positive for myself or doing anything positive with my life. Although I just got a badass Mustang, Like I said, 96 Mustang GT. And hopefully soon, I'll be showing it off to y'all. But it probably won't be until about spring sometime, I'm still doing a little work on it. Maybe get it in the shop soon, get a nice wax and buff job done on it, and just get some 25-year-old paint cleaned up, get it touched up a little bit, get things done where it need to be, clean up the rims, wheels, and tires and stuff, Maybe do a little steam cleaning on the inside and just get things, not really just back to where it needs to be, but where I want it to be. So it looks a little better for a nice presentation to show it off. I could do some videos along the way of how it looked now and show it on up to where it is, but I ain't worried about all that, that's a lot of work to get into it. But I may one of these days go out and take a little video of it, and just show it off or whatever, But I mean, like I say though, you always gonna have them haters like that, y'all. But never give in to them. I don't, and I'm not going to. There might be times where I occasionally say a little something back to a hater, but the thing is, when you do, you gotta know what to say and how to say it to let them know, hey, you mean business? You gonna continue to be a hater, that's fine, but you're not right. You're not telling the truth. You're not spitting the truth. You're not giving me the truth about me because you don't know me. And 9 times out of 10, that's what it is. I'm going to say 95. And it's not a high percentage, really. But 90 to 95% of the time, the haters don't know you. The haters don't know nothing about you. The haters don't know what you got going on or really what you're doing. All they see is what's happening up front while you in the spotlight a little bit. Maybe you doing some music. You painting a new car, putting it out there. You doing a new painting in general where somebody could put it up on the wall, or a new drawing, or whatever you're doing for yourself at that level of your own success and victory. That's all they see. But what happens behind closed doors and behind the scenes, so to speak, they don't see nothing about that. They don't know nothing about that. But that is what they're really hating on, behind the scenes. They're not hating about what's happening up front of what they can really see. They might be lightly hating on that, but where they're really hating the most is what's happening behind the scenes because they can't see what you're doing. And they don't know what you're doing. They just assume they know what you're doing. But I've been saying it for years now, and I can say it right here, preach it, and lightly speak on it, y'all. I've been saying it for the longest time, and I tell people this all the time. One must never assume what one don't know. Think about that and let it sink in a little bit, y'all. One must never assume what one don't know. I can say it again right quick, y'all. One must never assume what one don't know. God's honest truth. I don't assume nothing about nobody. I really don't. If I don't know a person, I'm not going to assume nothing about you and assume I know you, assume I know what you got going on or what you're doing, or assume that I know, hey, you only have $2 in your pocket and you broke, or you only have $30 in the bank, you busted. No, I'm not going to do that because I don't know you like that. I don't know anybody like that, really. You know, friends, close friends and family members and stuff, that's a little different. We sit and talk about things that, you know, that's cool. It is what it is. Keep it moving. But even a lot of friends, even a lot of good close friends and family members I have don't even know me or really know what I got going on behind the scenes or behind closed doors like that, so to speak. They don't. I got a sister, you know, only sibling I have. A lot of people know that, a lot of people don't. I got one sibling, a sister, you know, and yeah, me and her talk, we pretty close nowadays compared to what we used to be back in the day, you know. We have gotten a little closer as we gotten older, but still, even she doesn't know everything I got going on or everything I'm doing or what my next move is from one day to the next or whatever, because I feel like you don't always have to speak on that or talk about it. What's your next move gonna be? You ain't got to tell nobody. It's like playing a game of chess. You know, you're going to sit there and tell the other guy what your next move's going to be before you make it so he can be ready to plan around you and counteract. And then next thing you know, boom, you got checkmate. He going to take you out because you gave him the opportunity to take you out. Don't give nobody that benefit of the doubt. Don't give no hater that benefit of the doubt. Because really in this lifetime, the only person you can trust is you. I mean, yeah, you might have some wife and kids and you can trust them, or a husband and some kids and you can trust them and you doing your thing, so be it. But sometimes, you know, and I hate to say this, but it's the God's honest truth, y'all. Sometimes you even got family members. You feel like you can't even trust them. It's sad to say, but it happens. I mean, it is what it is, but you got to keep it moving and just continue to do your thing, as I've always said, and continue to be on your level of success and victory and do your thing. Don't give in. Don't never give in to the haters, and don't let the haters win. They just running their mouth. That's all they doing. They just sitting back, running their mouth, thinking they know, going around acting like they know and trying to be, you know, whatever. Just trying to be like, hey, I'm going to hate on this dude over here, or I'm going to hate on this girl over here for what she got going on, or what she doing, you know, because I feel like I know that person, you know, so I'm going to sit back and I'm going to assume what I don't know. And that's all they doing. Haters like that, they just assuming about you what they don't know. That's all it is. And they not going to stop assuming what they don't know about you. That will never stop, y'all. You just got to get used to it. You got to deal with it, and you got to keep it moving. That's all you can do. But anyway, I wanted to get into this a little bit with y'all, you know, just to get this video out here, you know. Say to all the subscribers and the ones that have been around a long time and continue to follow and support since day one. I'm talking like the old school, OG family of this channel that has been supporting for the last year and a half, 2 years. Appreciate y'all. Much love. Everybody stay blessed. Everybody do y'all thing and keep it moving. Your boy about to get out of here. I got some things to get done. And, you know, I got it planned out coming up soon. I might do another little freestyle video or something for the channel. See how that goes. I'm waiting to see how we reach on a certain level of numbers with some things. But I'm not going to throw out any numbers or actually officially say really what I'm talking about, because that's going to give a little fuel to the haters. Because then the haters going to be like, oh, look, he didn't reach that level of numbers he wanted on this video or on his channel or whatever. But anyway, I'm about to get out of here, y'all. We'll get with y'all later when we get with you. And everybody have a good one. Happy Tuesday. Say blessed law. Much love. Peace.